Hey Tag family, this edition of Wednesday Wisdom. Sorry I wasn't able to get on a Zoom and let you all physically be able to answer questions, but I'm getting ready to teach a fast start class tonight and got a whole bunch of other stuff that I got to do. So there's some stuff that I want to get out for you guys for Wednesday Wisdom. A leader is going to be doing a training and dropping it in the Tag Facebook room every Wednesday for you guys for Wednesday Wisdom. So what are we talking about today? What is it that I want to talk about today? What is the important thing to talk about today? Well, there are a couple of things that happen when a new person gets started, or when you decide to take the step to really do the business, right? A lot of people have I'll try it mentality. I'm going to try the business out. Trying the business out is not going to get you anywhere. Trying the business out is not going to get you anywhere, okay? You have to have a committed mentality, whatever it is that you're committed to. And I like to talk about having an apprentice mentality. What does it mean to be an apprentice? Well, to be an apprentice means that you study under the feet of the masters long enough until you get the recognition that is associated with that master, right? When you're the apprentice of somebody, and let's not be political, let's not talk politics, right? I know there was a TV show called Apprentice. We're keeping Legal Shield separate from any other nonsense. I am talking about the true form of the word apprentice. You study under somebody and learn what they have to teach you until you are suitably proficient to do it yourself, right? So they tell you how to do it, they show you how to do it, you're doing it with their tutelage or their teaching, and eventually you're doing it on your own. This is how duplication happens. So in the business, you're always either learning something, you're learning to teach something, or you're teaching what you learned. Those are the three phases. You're learning something, you're learning to be able to teach something, or you're teaching what you learned, okay? So as an apprentice, you are, and the good thing about the Tag family, you get to apprentice under so many different people, right? A Tanya Mack or a Linda Masoli or Kelly Rowe, who does great in group, Brenda Anderson, and all of our other group people, right? A Michael Dorsey, a Mel Roberson, a Keith and Carol Dickens, Ulysses Brown, Don Thompson. Well, Don Thompson's a hybrid. We're all kind of hybrids, but some people focus more on building a team, right? Whatever the case, you get to apprentice under all of these people, but it's not I'll try it. It's not maybe we'll see if it works. We have countless thousands of associates who have proven that it works, right? Over 700 ring earners, over 300 millionaire club members, over 30,000 people who are receiving residual income. It's not a matter of if it works, it's a matter of if you'll work it, right? Here's the major challenge. People will be in for a month, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, even a year, and say it doesn't work, or it didn't work for me. Again, that's a try it mentality and not a committed mentality. Because if it was working, or if you were committed to it, you would do it until. So think about it like this. Education. Most people at least have a grammar school education, most of them. It took you 8 years to be able to graduate from elementary school. If you went on to high school, another 4 years. If you went on to college, another 4 years. And then some of us have advanced degrees, masters, doctorates, so forth and so on. So it's a continuous education process. But people get into a business and think that after 30, 60, 90 days, or even a year, it should have happened for them already. You're comparing your story to someone else, not knowing what it is that they went through or what their driving or determining factors for their success was before they even got into business. So you might look at a Jason Bemji. We highlight Jason Bemji a lot, who got into the business, 200 grand in his first 18 months of being in the business at the $200,000 ring, right? Jason was a business owner before he got his business acumen was way different. He also had been in network marketing before he got here. So had Brian Carruthers. So had Darnell Self. So you can't compare yourself to somebody who walked a different lifestyle, had a different story, or a different experience before they got into the business, you can't compare yourselves to those people, right? So as new people are coming into the business and they're going through what it is that they need to learn, we have to figure out, do they have a victim mentality? Are we helping them? Here it is. When somebody is having difficulty in the business, the way we help them, are we helping them stay in the business, or are we helping them get out of the business? Are we helping them stay in the business, or are we helping them get out of the business? Are we looking for the reasons for them to succeed while they're looking for the reasons that they failed? I said this on stage at convention. People will talk to 20 prospects and say it doesn't work, but they'll have 20 negative thoughts, and they don't think twice about the negative thoughts that they had in their brains. Limitations are self-imposed. They can be changed, but you'll never get past the limitations that you put on yourself. If you fight for your weaknesses, you will own them, right? That's why in the PAVE system, the broad brush stroke of the PAVE system, personal development is one of the most important things. You have to constantly be getting better. And I know in the Fast Start class, and when we talk about PAVE, they talked a lot about reading 10 pages of a good book a day and listening to an audio. Well, listen, some people don't read well. Some people have dyslexia or learning disabilities. So reading might not be your thing, but you could listen to audios. You can listen to podcasts. You can listen to things, right? Books on tape, Audible account, stuff like that, right? So pay close attention to how you're personally developing yourself, what you're constantly putting into you, right? Here's the thing. You have to make positive deposits into the bank account of your life every single day, if possible. Why do you make these positive deposits? Why is it so important to put the good stuff in and make these positive deposits? Because life is going to show up and make a withdrawal. When life makes a withdrawal, you do not want to end up with insufficient funds in the bank account of your life because you did not deposit enough good stuff in to be able to take the bad stuff when it happens. Two people have a car accident. One person hops out and says, "Oh my God, my car. I don't have insurance. What am I going to do? How am I going to get to work? I saved up for this car. I don't have any more money." Right? The next person jumps out the car and says, "Oh my God, I'm alive. Thank you, Lord." Same incident, two different people, two different outcomes based on mindset. So personal development is important. Activity is super important though, right? Because the only way, because now I'm on the A in PAVE and I'm not even going to go into the vision and events part, but activity, the reason that activity is important is because you learn by doing more than you learn by taking notes. Practical, applicable knowledge, right? Applying what you've learned, super important. And applying it often. If you, let's just say you have a list of 100 people, right? Because we create a list. You have a list of 100 people. And you talk to one person a day. And you have a bad experience with that one person. So I called Nicole Brown. She's on my prospect list. I call Nicole Brown, and Nicole is dealing with the baby. She might be having a bad day, whatever the case is for Nicole. She's having a horrible day, and she was like, "I don't care about your little legal pyramid that you're doing." That's what she says to me. And that's the only person I call that day. The only thing that my mind is constantly replaying is the negative impact that Nicole's conversation had on me. So day 2, I call John Wynn. And John Wynn says, I heard about that thing before. My cousin was in it. It didn't work. You should get your money back. Over the space of 24 hours, I've had 2 negative conversations, right? And the only thing I can compare or that I'm thinking about is that negative conversation that I've had all those. So through day 3, day 4, day 5, right? But if I expose 10 people in a day and I get some momentum, or I talk to 10 people in a day, and I don't have time to sit in What happened negatively, I keep a good attitude about my calls, about my prospecting. Maybe my mentor, my success partner, my support team is doing the calls with me. So there's somebody to influence the mindset. I'm more worried about going through the numbers, and I don't have time to think about the negative impact that this conversation may have had on my psyche. If you know how to ride a bike, you know that it's easier to ride a bike fast than it is slow. And when I say fast, I don't mean like Tour de France racing fast. But if you're barely moving on the bike, you're wobbling and you can't get your balance. It's almost impossible, right, to ride a bike super slow. You have to have enough momentum in order to be stable to glide on the bike, to catch your balance. But people are doing the business so slow that they never have an opportunity to catch their balance, and they're falling off their Legal Shield bike and skinning their knee every single day. And then it's like, my knee hurts, my knee hurts, my knee hurts. Well, you haven't talked to enough people for your knee not to hurt, to get an outcome different than your one negative cousin, your one negative friend. You're doing it slow. This is a numbers game. Last thing I'm going to leave you with, Tag Family. If you look at the stories of the people that have been successful in this organization, you will see all of us went through the numbers. Larry King used to say, one of our Millionaire Club members, old money, he was like, the only difference between a big shot and a little shot is the big shot kept on shooting. Only difference. You will have to go through a learning curve. You will get some no's. You will have some rejection. Some people will tell you you are crazy, but who cares? Ride the bike faster. Do more. Nick Serba always says, if you're not having the success you desire, you're either not doing something right or you're not doing something enough. In most cases, it's the not doing something enough. Because the groundwork has been, what is the doing something right? Piquing somebody's interest. How do you do that? Hey, I'm in a contest with my company to see who could be the first person to get 5 people to watch a video. Do you mind being one of the 5 and telling me what you like best? Piquing their interest. Getting them to watch a video. They watch the video. Awesome. I have to have proof that you watched the video. I need to 3-way you into my director, my executive director, my business partner, so that they can take tally of you watching the video. Doing the 3-way call. You do the 3-way call, and whoever you do it with closes the person out or gets referrals. How often can you do that? A lot. Anybody can do this business. You just have to have the fortitude to say, I'm going to keep going until this thing works. Y'all, I'm an introvert by nature. You may not believe it, but trust me, I am. I'd rather be alone. And I got an amazing wife. Sometimes I'm in my office so long, she's like, yo, what are you okay? Yeah, babe, I'm fine. Just me and the books. But I am a well-paid introvert because I understand the value of being committed to doing what it takes to build this business. Listen, I love y'all. And it's time for you to kick some apps and take some names. We all have the ability to do this thing, man. No matter if you're brand new, just getting started, like we saw some people at the breakout at convention, or if you're somebody that's been in for a while and you decided to wake up. I talked about Ivan Watts from the stage, the gentleman that recruited Tanya Mack. He's 6 levels deep, she's 7 levels deep. Nobody's working between me and Ivan, but for Ivan, life got in the way for a little while, but he decided to come back. He got an $8,500 bonus, right? Because he decided to come back because he already had a ring earner on his team. So your past doesn't equal your future, ladies and gentlemen. It is out here for us to get, tag team. Let's show the world who we are. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Wednesday Wisdom. Go crush it.
I'm told.